At the price of blood, a group of 10 friends arrived at the Blackthorn Castle, an ancient English fortress shrouded in mystery. The stone walls were damp, and the air smelled of old wood and something rotten. Legends whispered that the castle was cursed. Anyone who disturbed its peace would pay a terrible price. Come on, guys, it's just a story. Mark, the skeptic of the group, laughed as they unloaded their bags. Ghosts aren't real. The caretaker, an old man with hollow eyes, stood at the entrance gripping a rusted lantern. He didn't smile. Do not wander after midnight, he warned, and whatever you hear, do not open any doors. Then, without another word, he turned and left. Night. The first blood. That evening, the group drank, laughed, and explored the castle's massive hall. Tapestries of faceless knights hung on the walls, and the chandeliers cast eerie shadows that danced in unnatural ways. At exactly 12:01 a.m., a distant knock echoed through the stone corridors. Knock, knock, knock. Someone at the door, Emily whispered. It's probably the wind, said Jake, but his voice wavered. Then, without warning, the sound moved from the entrance to the hallways above to my inside the castle. Knock, knock, knock. Lisa, always the daring one, watched toward the sound. It's just an old house creaking. She reached for the door handle. Don't. Everyone turned. It was Henry, the quietest of the group, his face pale as a corpse. But Lisa scoffed and yanked the door open. The hallway beyond was pitch black, nothing but darkness. And then something yanked Lisa inside. A scream, choked and desperate, rang through the castle. The door slammed shut behind her. The group rushed to open it, but now it was just a stone wall. The door was gone. Lisa was gone. For night 2, the haunting begins. Panic set in. Some wanted to leave, but the cars wouldn't start. No phones had signal. They were trapped. Then the whispers began. Late into the night, the group heard Lisa's voice inside the walls. Help me. It's so dark. He's coming. Terror clawed at their sanity. Jake started seeing figures in the corners, shadowy things with elongated arms. Emily swore something brushed against her hair in the darkness. Then Mark, always the skeptic, began speaking in a voice that sure wasn't his own. The dead must be paid. 10 entered. 1 taken. 9 remained. His eyes turned lush, black, and he collapsed. Night 3. The monster wakes. By now, the group was broken. No one slept. That night, they heard Lisa's voice again, but this time, it was wrong. I'm back. Open the door, but Lisa was gone. Henry grabbed a candle and whispered, Don't listen. It isn't her. The knock returned. Louder. Hungry as sicking. Bang, bang, bang. And then the door burst open. A figure stood there. It looked like Lisa, but her eyes were hollow black pits. Her mouth stretched too wide, revealing jagged, rotting teeth. Behind her, something bigger is looped. A monstrous shape with twisted limbs and eyes that oozed black liquid. The whispers turned into screams both inside their heads. 10 entered. 1 taken. 9 remained. Then Lisa's doppelganger lunged. She grabbed Jake, and in the blink of an eye, he was gone. Where he had stood, only a pool of thick, black blood remained. The final stand screaming. The group scattered, one by one. They were hunted. Emily tried to run. Her own shadow pulled her under the floor. Mark locked himself in a room. The door slowly dissolved into flesh, and hands dragged him inside. The castle was alive, feeding until only Henry remained. He fell to his knees, sobbing. Why? What do you want? The monster loomed over him, whispering with Lisa's voice. You knew. Tears streamed down Henry's face. He did. He had been here before, as a child, and he had escaped. But the castle never let go. It had waited for him to return. The dead must be paid. Henry let out one final broken scream as the darkness swallowed him whole. The end is said. Monday morning, the caretaker arrived. The castle was silent. The group's cars were still parked outside, untouched. But inside the halls, the paintings had changed. New portraits hung on the walls, each one depicting a little face frozen in horror. 10 new faces. And in the very last frame, Lisa's doppelganger smiled. 10 entered. None left.